I'm Ayushman Roy, and this is my co-host Polomi Adhikari. And today we have a very special guest with us, someone who is at the forefront of fashion, innovation, creativity, and bold expression. He's not just a trendsetter, he's a trailblazer who's redefining the fashion landscape with every look, every post, and every collaboration.
Join us as we sit down with the one and only Rohit Bose, a fashion influencer who's taking the industry by storm. From breaking the boundaries of traditional style to embracing the evolving dynamics of self-expression, Rohit is here to share his insights on how fashion is no longer just about clothes, but a statement, a lifestyle, and a movement.
Rohit Bose is a prominent Instagram influencer who has gained widespread recognition for his vibrant and engaging content in the lifestyle, fashion, and travel niches. Born and raised in Mumbai, India, Rohit always had a passion for creativity and aesthetics, which eventually led him to explore the digital space. With a background in marketing and a keen eye for detail, he started his journey on Instagram by sharing his personal style, travel experiences, and day-to-day moments.
Rohit's content resonates with a diverse audience thanks to his ability to blend modern trends with traditional influences. His feed is a carefully curated mix of fashion forward outfits, exotic travel destinations, and snippets of his personal life, which he shares with authenticity and flair. Over the year, Rohit has collaborated with several high-profile brands in fashion, grooming, and travel, establishing himself as a trusted voice in the industry. His ability to connect with his followers on a personal level has earned him a loyal fan base, with millions of followers who eagerly await his posts and stories.
Apart from his work on Instagram, Rohit is also an advocate for mental health and body positivity, often using his platform to spread awareness and encourage self-acceptance. He believes in using his influence for good, and his initiatives in these areas have garnered praise for both his peers and his followers.
With his charismatic presence and ever-evolving content, Rohit Bose continues to be a significant figure in the world of digital influence, inspiring countless individuals to express themselves confidently and embrace the beauty of life in all its forms.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for Mr. Rohit Bose. Now, we would like to request Ms. Rituparna Sharkar, the Department Head, Center for Corporate and Career Advancement, whose leadership and dedication inspire us daily to propel forward, to say a few words before the commencement of the program.
Hello everyone, and I would like to extend my gratitude to Rohit for accepting the invitation on behalf of Sister Nivedita University. It is indeed a moment of pride and pleasure because we all know the number of followers Rohit is having and the fan base that he has been able to create so successfully. So what is the mantra of that success? We all want to know. Are you all interested to know that? Yes. Can we have slightly, you all make noise. Come on, you all are not so disciplined. Can we have little more noise? Louder, are you interested to know? Thank you. So before we go ahead, I would also like to thank my students because you all have always been the supporter of the department. You have been very good. I always acknowledge that my students are the best. They are always up to, the process of learning, which is very important. So thank you, my dear students, for being here. And as a department, we all love you. So without much ado, I would like to first invite Mr. Bose on stage, and we would like to felicitate him. Mr. Bose, can we please have you on stage? So I would request Rohit sir to be seated, and the MCs, please carry on. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody. Finally, I would like to hand over the stage to my friends Mohit Kashyap, Sheikh Salina, and Isha Jan to moderate the session. Thank you.
Before we begin, I would like to thank everybody, first of all, for having me over and for such kind words. If somebody had asked me to, say things about myself, I wouldn't have been able to say so much, the kind of stuff that you all have said. So really grateful for that, and thank you so much. And it's lovely to see such a wonderful audience, and I love the energy and the vibe here. I hope I can be of, some inspiration and some help to you today. So we can proceed.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. And first of all, that's a very fabulous dhoti you're wearing.
Thank you.
And I would like to ask you, how did you get into this niche as a professional thing in Instagram? I would like to know your interest more about this.
All right. So I come from a digital marketing background, as it was said in the introduction. And I always wanted to do something on social media. And I started with travel, and then I moved, I dabbled into fitness also. And dhotis I always wear, because I have not grown up in Kolkata, but actually I've grown up in Delhi, not in Mumbai. I've grown up in Delhi, and my mom is from Kolkata. And she wanted to inculcate the Bengali culture and, our heritage, our practices, our traditions in me. And that's why she always made me wear dhotis when I was a kid. Although my dad, although being a Bengali, he grew up in Delhi, so he has never worn a dhoti in his own life. And like my grandfather's generation, it stopped there. So none of his sons wore dhotis, but my mom wanted to inculcate that habit in me. And I grew up wearing dhotis. And what I was posting on social media was quite far away from that. I was not, you can say I was not portraying my true self. I was also trying to blend in and do what other guys were doing, where like in terms of fashion, what other male influencers do is they would post, formals or, the clothes which are in trend. And I was also trying to blend in. And with time, I realized that, that is not something one needs to do. You don't have to blend in when you have something so unique which can make you stand out. And I thought I would, I would post and I would show what I actually am. And that's how I started posting about dhotis in 2020. And to be honest, I was quite skeptical before I posted it, because I did not know how people would take it. Because these days people, think कि अरे धोती पहना है तो कोई पंडित जी हैं, या बहुत uncool है, या you cannot be fashionable if you wear a dhoti. So there are all of these apprehensions, and a lot of people have doubts. So I was also a bit skeptical. But when I posted it, the first reel I remember that I had posted, I had used my mother's saris. It was a puja, and I used several of her saris, and I wore dhotis with them. And the audience loved it. I got great appreciation and a lot of support, and that's what gave me the encouragement to do it more, and that's how I started it. So now it has been 4 years, and yeah, that's how the journey started basically.
That was such an interesting story, yes. Sir, we know how glamorous and fast-paced life an Instagram influencer lives. So can you give us a,
Could you please repeat the question? Sorry.
Sir, we know how glamorous and fast-paced life an Instagram influencer lives. Can you walk us through a typical day in your life as an Instagram influencer? And how do you create such content?
Typical day in my life. So because I'm quite into fitness also, so my day begins with going to the gym, doing yoga, and then I come back home, and so I have a digital marketing agency, and I have my team who works for me, which is separate from what you see on Instagram. And I, align work to them. I give them feedbacks on things that they have done. So once all of that is done, I start preparing my content. I start shooting. I have dedicated 4 to 5 hours every day. And yeah, so I think to be successful, you have to be extremely dedicated in any field, and it applies on social media as well. Sometimes people think that it's very easy and, like anybody can become a social media influencer and we live a very easy life. But that is not true. You have to put efforts in whatever field you are, and that applies here as well.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
So, I hope you are doing great.
I am.
I was curious about how do you manage to keep your contents real and authentic while working with multiple brands? And also there is some products on social media that may be not worthy or beneficial for us, but still some influencers promote them as well. So what is your opinion about it?
I think, see, influencers, it is like a job to them, right? So, for example, if you see actors, they also promote things which they should not. So, for example, we see actors promoting pan masalas and all. So, I am absolutely against that. But there are other things which are, maybe not harmful to you, but it is your job and you are an actor and you are advertising. The responsibility lies on the audience that they do proper research before going for it. The same applies to influencers also. It is their job and they have to earn a living, and that's why they advertise or endorse certain things. But yeah, it should not be, like betting apps or, a lot of influencers promote betting apps or something which is absolutely not good for people. So I'm like against it. But there are other things, like for example, like makeup products, for example, right? So an audience, a content creator will talk about the USPs of the product, but it depends on the audience, and it is their responsibility to actually do their research and understand and then only go for such products. So I think the responsibility lies on both of us.
Hello, am I audible? Yes. Okay. So my question is, okay. Yeah, it's working, yeah. So my question is, as you said, you start your day with gym and yoga. So it seems like you're very into mental health and body positivity. So how would you, as an influencer, how would you like to show it to the people as a social cause that people should be aware about it? How would you like to make them aware? Because I grew up in Delhi, so in North India, it is, people don't like dark-skinned people. So while growing up, I was, in school always called Kala or Kallu. All my friends used to, tease me. And I always wanted to be fair. And, my mom's friends and random aunties, they would come and tell ki, "Arey, chai mat piya karo." In Delhi, that's what they say, ki chai peene se kaale ho jaoge. And juice pilaya karo, doodh pilaya karo. And, it used to make me feel very small. I used to think that, being dark-skinned is something bad and amake fosha hote hobe, I need to be fair. And I hated, my color. And I remember I used to Photoshop my pictures. Like I said, I was not portraying my true self earlier, right? So I used to Photoshop my pictures, make myself fairer. And then slowly I started realizing that, I have to accept myself the way I am, and not just accept it, not just embrace it, but also, make myself like my own self. So right now I really like my skin color, and I would advise everybody else to, not worry about it. So recently I had posted a reel about, on one of my reels, a lot of people had commented ki tu kala hai and you are dark. So I found it quite funny. I mean, I didn't get offended, but I thought it's good to answer, respond to such comments. And I made a reel, focusing on this issue that, you're calling me Kala, but our gods are also Kala, right? Krishna and Ram, Kali, all our gods whom we pray, they're also dark-skinned. So this kind of discrimination is absolutely not necessary. Since I've faced this racism myself, so I have been focusing on this, but there are other issues also like fat shaming, body shaming of any kind. So I'm absolutely against it, and if I happen to get more chances to support these causes, I definitely would.
The way you deal with negative feedbacks is really inspiring, sir. Sir, I would also like to ask you, how do you balance your public life and your personal life? Like, I know how tough it can be for an Instagram influencer.
Now it has mixed, I think. It is not, there's not, I mean, you know, for everybody, you have a work life and you have your personal life. So it is not very different for us. But it's just that we show more of our personal life on social media. So I think it's a good mix. I don't really have to do anything to balance it. I think things just fall into place.
That's a great answer, sir. So, do you believe that social media has a major impact in our fashion and lifestyle these days?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, people are following, I mean, the audience is following influencers so much, and whatever they are showing or they are portraying, the audience goes for it. Like, for instance, in my case, since I've started wearing dhotis, I have so many people come up to me and tell me that, you know, like, they have learned wearing dhotis looking at my videos. When I go to Durga Puja and so many people come up to me, people meet me at airports. They tell me that, you know, they've learned draping from my reels, and I get so many messages from men, women, people of all ages. Women send their kids pictures that, you know, they had draped dhotis on their kids, or a lot of wives send their husbands pictures also कि मैंने अपने husband को पहनाया है और आमी husband के पढ़िए छी. So that feels great, and I think, yeah, people do get inspired.
Never mind. Let's go back. Hello. Yeah. So my question is, as you said, in the early stages of your career, you had problems with your own society, saying things about people. That is very common. So I would like to ask you, in the early stages, how did you deal with that negativity? And like when you started a career in Reel or Instagram as a social media influencer, there were times like we have seen people who start and they face a lot of negative comments and a lot of negative impact on them. So how do you overcome them, like as an advice?
So see, honestly, sometimes it does affect you. But if you are in social media, then you have to develop a thick skin and you have to ignore those comments. In my case, whenever I get such comments, I try to respond to them in funny ways. Like I just told you that somebody called me Kala, so I made this reel on how our gods are also Kalo or dark-skinned. And similarly, you know, like since I was using sarees to wear dhotis, I got comments ki, now you're using your mom's sarees, next you'll use a curtain to wear a dhoti. So I actually used a curtain and I draped a dhoti with it. So I try to respond to such negative comments with some positivity, and I think that's what keeps me sane.
At some point of our life, we all have probably dreamed of being an Instagram influencer or a public figure, but we always take a step back. You know, to start something, we always take a step back. Any advice you'd like to share with us?
I think if you want to be an influencer, whatever niche you are picking, you should really love it. Don't do it for the fame, don't do it for the glamour, don't do it to get attention. I mean, if you are getting into a particular niche, you really have to like it. Like for instance, if you want to be a travel influencer, then you really have to love to travel. You can't just, you know, randomly go to places and start making content, because it will not come from within, and the quality also will not be great. Like in my case, I don't fake to like dhotis. I really like dhotis and I do wear dhotis as often as I can. So if I had been faking it, then I would have given up long back. So for instance, in fashion or whatever other niches are there, if you are a cooking influencer, then unless you like to cook, unless you really love to cook, unless you really, really love food, how would you be successful? So don't take a step back if you think you are really good at it. You have to understand yourself. If there's something you're really good at, and if you want to show it to people, then don't take a step back, take small steps, and then you will surely succeed. So yeah, that's the advice I would give.
As we all know how quickly trends change, so what strategies you use to stay relevant and keep up with the changes?
So with fast fashion, like you said, the trends keep changing. But I think the dhoti has been eternal, and it has survived thousands of years. People started wearing dhotis in ancient India, and it has been like so many thousands of years and it has still survived. So I don't think I have to do much to stay in trend because dhoti has managed to do that for itself. And like for instance, you have seen like every few years the style of pants keeps changing. Like we used to have bell bottoms in the 70s. A few years back, people used to wear, really tight pants and like their legs would be, the shape would be really visible. Now it's the trend of baggy pants and relaxed fit. But I think the dhoti has stayed in style since so many years, and I like to make it even more stylish with various different styles that I drape in.
So I would like to ask you. Hello. Yeah. So I would like to ask you, how is it to be back in Kolkata after Bombay and Delhi? How does
I
it
have
feel?
not lived in Bombay. I think that's a misconception. I've always lived in Delhi. Kolkata feels like home to me. Although I've not grown up in Kolkata, but all my relatives are here. My mom is from Kolkata. I have relatives from my dad's side. So Kolkata always feels like home, and it's always lovely to be back.
So are you like planning to shoot something here? I saw your Instagram story last day and you said that you're going to stay here for till 16, 15. So are you going to shoot something here? Or maybe make a reel with us?
Yes, so that's a surprise. You will have to, you'll have to like stay tuned. I might be shooting something.
Okay, that's...
So, how do you like to spend your time if you are stop your using social media for a year?
For a year, I think I wouldn't like that to happen. But if that does happen, I really love Bali. So I would love to be there, and it is such a beautiful place, and just being there makes me feel really good. I love the ocean, and there is so much nature, and I'll probably like do yoga and just be with nature. And I would also love to pursue singing more, because I am a singer also, and I would love to learn. If I do have to keep away from social media, then I would love to upskill myself and learn various things. Like I've dabbled into a lot of things. For instance, singing, for instance, fitness also, yoga. But I have not really mastered, all these things. So if social media goes away for a year, I would love to master myself in all the other areas that I've just touched and not, gotten an expert in, basically.
That's fine.
So I would like to ask the final question and then hand it over to the audience. So throughout the interview, I saw that you have a good confidence and a lot of energy. It's unmatched energy. So I would like to ask you, it feels like Instagram is just a milestone for you. What are your future plans? Are you planning on making ethnic wears a global inspiration, or do you plan on starting a dhoti brand in general? What is your plan further?
That's a good question. A brand maybe in future. I have not really planned it, but since a lot of people ask me that, so maybe in future. And see, right now I think with how many whatever followership I have, I think I have been able to inspire people to somewhat extent, and I want to do that more. As time goes by and I reach out to more people, I think I'll be able to inspire more people to, stay in touch with our roots and embrace our heritage. And I would love to represent the dhoti in on a global platform and take it internationally as well. So yeah, that's the goal as of now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's all.
Thank you so much. Can I have your names again, please?
Selena.
Selena.
Mohit.
Isha.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Selena, Mohit, and Isha.
Please be seated. Now we open questions from the audience. If you have any, you can ask, and I would request the volunteers to take the microphones. Please collect the microphones. You can collect one. Who wants to ask? Okay. Tanuja.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Tanuja.
I want to ask you, what do you think about the vibe in Kolkata in terms of fashion?
I love, I mean, see, I'm wearing the Bengali dhuti right now. So I love the Bengali traditional fashion, absolutely. And we have so much variety in terms of sarees also. And there is so much, traditional Bengali heritage to amar khubi bhalo lage. So I love the vibe.
Other than fashion, any other thing like food?
Of course. So food, I have to control a lot because আমি বাংলায় বলতে পারি so so I love sweets, okay? আমার মানে I have a big sweet tooth and মিষ্টি খেতে আমি সাংঘাতিক ভালোবাসি, but I cannot eat it a lot, so I think I've given myself a break for the next 5 days and আমি অনেক মিষ্টি খাবো and কিছু নিয়েও যাবো হয়তো because দিল্লিতে অত ভালো পাওয়া যায় না. So I love sweets, I love our Bengali food, কষা মাংস and Radha Bollabi and all of that. And পাটালি গুড়, মানে আগে আমার মা যখন পাটালি গুড় আনতো তো আমি 1 কিলো গুড় মানে দুদিনে শেষ করে দিতাম. So mom had to hide it always, you know, মাকে লুকিয়ে রাখতে হতো. So I love sweets and Bengali food and but I have to like always be in control and I love our music. So although I've grown up in Delhi but I've stayed in touch with Bengali songs. তো বাংলা গান আমি অনেক করতে ভালোবাসি, শুনতে ভালোবাসি and yeah, that's about it. I love everything about Bengal, actually.
Thank you so much.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
It's great to meet you. Sir, we all know how social media trolls are, and it affects a person's mental health. So
You're
how
audible.
does it affects you, and how do you deal with it?
What's your name?
Priyanka.
Priyanka. Okay, Priyanka, so like I said that if you are in social media and if you want to be successful, you cannot worry about what the trolls are saying. You have to be sensible enough to understand whether what you are doing is correct or not. You can have a few mentors who are giving you correct guidance, and if they are telling you that something is wrong or what you are doing is not working, then take them seriously. You have to identify whom you have to take seriously. You cannot take seriously every other guy who's commenting or who's trying to troll you, right? So if you start doing that, then you'll go insane. So you have to make sure that you don't take such comments seriously. And I don't take such comments seriously. Like for instance, recently I had, posted something. I had posted something and something about anti-aging. And everybody started commenting that, you know, you look really old yourself, you look like a 50-year-old. So which I know is not true. So I didn't take them seriously. Had I started thinking and, you know, overthinking about it, like, do I really look so old? Then, you know, it would drive me crazy. So if you want to be a content creator or in any field, in fact, like whatever you want to do in life, if you worry about what others are saying, then that will, you know, only hold you back. So if you want to move forward and if you want to really do something in life, you should stop worrying about what others are saying, I think. So that's how I deal with it.
Thank you so much, sir.
And actually, I'd like to give you a few examples also. Like I gave you the curtain example. Like somebody said that, you know, next you'll wear a curtain. So I actually draped it. And you can always, you know, take things in your stride and you can always try to do something positive out of all the negativity that you are getting. For instance, a lot of people, you know, who like a lot of, you know, global audience like Americans and all, they think that once you wear a dhuti, you cannot go to the washroom. So I understand that they are ignorant. But sometimes, you know, Indians also make such comments. So I find it extremely, you know, appalling that how people who have lived in India, they don't know that, you know, our ancestors have worn dhotis and they have fought wars in dhotis. They have lived their whole lives. People have worked in fields. People have, you know, people have been doing dances, martial arts, everything they have done in dhotis. So going to the washroom is a very small problem. that is not something they worried about because that can easily be done. So, to answer that kind of trolling also, I made videos that, like, it is not something which is like peeing is the least of our concerns when we wear dhotis. So, yeah. So I like to, respond to such trolling with positivity.
Thank you so much, sir. It was very inspiring.
Who wants to go next? Okay, so that's a faculty. Please come forward. Rishika is a team.
Hello, Rishika.
Hi, sir. I hope we are not asking too many questions to
No,
you.
no. Please keep them coming. I'm having a wonderful time.
So please do not take it as an offense. But in your personal life, you must be going clubbing.
Clubbing, I actually don't enjoy clubbing.
Do you go pubbing?
Not really.
If you would have had the scenario to go clubbing, will you be wearing a dhoti to a club?
Yeah, that's not a problem. I can do that.
And how will you portray that, sir?
Actually, see, it has to, I will not wear it in a traditional style. I cannot dress up like I'm going to a wedding and head to a pub. If I'm going to a pub and if I have to wear a dhoti, the style has to, resonate with that. Like, I'll probably wear something black. I'll pair it with boots. I might do my hair differently. I might add some, jewelry, some funky jewelry. I might pair it with a shirt. Like that. And
if I can add to what you're saying, did you take a look at his latest videos, your visit to Turkey?
Yes.
So the way he had draped and the way he had stylized, you can just about go anywhere. Hey, pub, you just about
absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely.
To answer, to be more specific, I haven't honestly been to a pub wearing a dhoti. Not because I cannot wear a dhoti to the pub, because I don't go to pubs in general. I would rather, have a relaxed evening with friends where we sit down and chit chat and eat. Pubbing I really don't enjoy, but if I had to wear a dhoti to a pub, that wouldn't be a problem because I've worn dhoti to mountains, to beaches, to waterfalls. Like ma'am said, I've been to Turkey wearing dhotis. Whenever I've traveled internationally also, I've always carried 2 or 3 pairs of dhotis with me and I've always worn. So the place is not an issue. You just have to, have the confidence. I think the problem is not with the garment. Anybody can wear it and nobody will bat an eye if you have the confidence to carry it off, I think.
Right, sir. We are really proud that you are breaking the stereotypes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I had a question. Sir, as we know, for influencers, uploading the same genre of content causes a saturation in this content space, right? So what strategies will you implement in order to avoid that saturation and so that you can move forward with your content without it being repetitive?
That's a very interesting question, actually. See, saturation does come. So are you trying to are you doing something in social media or?
No, sir.
Okay.
I'm just asking for marketing knowledge.
Yeah. So you're doing something in marketing?
No, sir, but the course I'm studying involves business, so that's why.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so saturation does come, but to leave a mark, you have to keep doing the same thing over and over again. See, you will become iconic only if you are repetitive, I think. You cannot keep, for instance, if I keep doing something different every day, then nobody will know me as the guy who wears dhotis. So I have been a little repetitive, and that's how people, people know me as the guy who wears dhotis.
You've caused a trademark.
Sorry?
You have made a trademark.
Correct. So you have to be repetitive to a certain extent. But having said that, saturation does come. Sometimes I also feel I go through a creative block, and you have to be creative and you have to come up with new ways to break the monotony. For instance, earlier I was doing, how to drape dhotis. I was doing different tutorials. Then I realized, to survive, how many styles can I keep doing? Because, there are not many of them available anyway. Within India, there are probably 6 or 7 different styles. And I have experimented and created 20 of them. But to be able to survive, I cannot keep bringing new content with just draping tutorials. So I started bringing my mother also in my videos. I started styling her in my videos, which people have started liking a lot. Then I started creating celebrity looks. So earlier, I used to think that, how much would I be able to do with just dhotis? But just have to brainstorm a little bit and ideas keep coming. And you know, like people were asking me about the trolling. I actually like it when they troll me because that gives me content ideas. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for your great insights.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, I'm Moinuddin.
Moinuddin.
So I see that you really have a great physique, sir.
Thank you.
So how do you manage to stay so fit?
Mishti khaina bollam na. So, so I follow a very strict diet, which is very important. I make sure that whatever I'm eating is healthy. So what you eat is very important. And then you have to do some sort of physical activity. In my case, I like to do a mix of gym and yoga both. And also a good amount of sleep is very important. I think people neglect sleep a lot. Maybe for students, you guys have to study a lot. Do you guys study a lot? I don't know. Achha. So sometimes due to their profession or due to like education or whatever, people neglect their studies, which can be understood. But sometimes people, sorry, I meant neglect their sleep. I was talking about thinking about studies. So you might end up neglecting your sleep due to work or your studies. But sometimes, yeah, that is what I'm coming to. But if you are neglecting your sleep due to binge watching and just wasting your time, scrolling on social media randomly and, कि एक और episode देख लेता हूँ, and if you're neglecting your sleep because of that, then that is an absolute no-no. And that is something I never do. Because, people at my home also sometimes, they're like, let's watch a movie. And like, for example, it's 10 p.m. and they'll be like, let's watch a movie right now. I'm like, no, I have to sleep. So I'm extremely particular about going to bed on time so that I wake up on time and my next day, everything, flows on time basically. So sleep, I give absolute importance. And apart from that, there's diet and physical activity.
That was a lovely conversation.
Thank you.
Anybody else? This would be the last question from the audience.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, everyone present here. Sir, I have two queries. So the first one is, sir, what is the biggest lesson you have learned from your journey as an influencer till now?
Let's have the second one also. I'll answer them together.
And the second one, sir, as you have created many reels with your mama, don't you get trolled as a mama's boy?
That is a valid question actually, because that is a possibility. But actually no, like people really like those reels. And since my mom also loves fashion, she grew up in Kolkata and she used to live in Tollygunge area, and she used to see all the, all the Bengali actors, and she used to really get influenced. Although she, came from a middle class family, but she had that sense of style. And, she, with very, like they didn't have expensive clothes, but with whatever they had, they used to make out something very fashionable. Like she would have a very cheap sari, but she would make it look very good with her styling. So she has that sense of fashion, and that's why she also enjoys doing it with me a lot. Like I never have to force her. And we both enjoy it, and the audience can see it, and that's how they also enjoy it. So like I said, if you are in social media, you really have to enjoy it and like it yourself and love it yourself. So my mom and I, we both really like doing it, and we like dressing each other up, styling each other, and that's how the audience also likes it. So in this area, I have received no trolling, touch wood. And to answer the other question, could you repeat it? The first one?
Yeah, sir.
What biggest lesson I've learned, right?
Yes, sir.
I can't really pinpoint one particular lesson. Like I think every day is a learning. With social media, algorithms changing all the time, you keep learning what people are liking or... but one thing that I've learned is that you have to be extremely dedicated at whatever you do. Like social media has taught this to me, that if you let it go, if you're not always on your toes, then things slip out of your hands. You have to be extremely consistent and you have to be dedicated. So this is what I've learned from social media, but this applies to life and this applies to everything else.
Thank you, sir. The answers are really inspiring.
Thank you so much. Thank you, students. And now there is supposed to be a surprise element. Thank you, my dear students. You can, take your place. So this is something which I would like Rohit only to announce. Rohit, can you please do the honors?
So thanks guys for the questions. We can have one volunteer from the audience and on whom I'll drape a dhoti. So ma'am, how do we choose somebody? Okay, let's see who all want to do it first of all. Okay, so all right. I don't know whom to pick. Okay, you come.
Boys, did you hear? Sir said something and you all are, I don't think you all are listening.
Hello, what's your name?
So, okay, let's see how it goes. He's a senior student with us. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Polash Taran from third year, 5th sem. Hello, thank you. CSE. Computer Science and Engineering Department.
Don't be so scared, Polash. Acha, so Polash, do you wear dhotis? You like to? তো তুমি নিশ্চয়ই বাঙালি স্টাইলে পড়ো তো অন্য কিছু ট্রাই করি আজকে তোমার উপরে ঠিক আছে অলরাইট Okay, how long do you think I'll take? Acha, chalo, let's see. Even I don't know how long I'll take, so let's see. ধুতিটা একটু ছোট হয়ে গেছে ওর জন্য, but so you have to wear it without the jeans next time you try it. All right. So this is not any traditional style. So basically আমরা যেমনি পেছনে আমাদের একটা প্লিট আছে বাংলায়, বাঙালিদের হয়, and we have this thing. But Maharashtrian style দুদিকেই এটা থাকে. They have this on both the sides. So I have mixed it. So I have mixed the left side of the Maharashtra and back side. একটু ঠিক হবে আরো. But this is what they do in Assam actually. So yeah. Correct. Yeah. Solved. Somebody please click a picture for him so that he can see it later. Okay, so who is coming next? One guy is done now, so I have to pick a girl next. If I can get if I can get a sari, then I can like do it on more people. I don't mind. But I just had two right now, so. So I can throw something at you, and whoever catches it, can have a piece of paper. अच्छा, ठीक है, catch कर दे. I'll close my eyes. One of you has to catch it. It's okay, I'll close my eyes. Okay, so this is actually a dhuti, but it is a little long, so I think it can work as a sari also. Did someone keep a check on the time last time?
Yes, it was 1 minute 41 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Happy? Say thank you and you can come down and go to the green room. Well, with that, we have to come to an end of the program. Students, I think there is some sort of a takeaway from this program. Yes or no? When you have a multifaceted personality in front of you, somebody who is an influencer and somebody who is positively influencing people, somebody who takes up or is, I would say strongly rooted and is somebody who takes the Indian tradition forward. As he said, many of you may know or may not know, he is an artist who can draw very well. He sings, he is into, body fitness and positivity. And whatever other skills that he has, it's all demonstrated on stage. There is one thing that Mr. Bose has been harping on, the entire 1 hour program that we have had, and that is, you need to be dedicated in what you're doing, and you must love what you're doing. If these things happen, then definitely success is not far away. Am I correct?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I would like to thank Mr. Bose on behalf of Sister Nivedita University for accepting our invitation and giving our students such a lovely time. My students, as I always say, we are nothing if you are not there. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. You all are lovely students. It is because of you we exist. I always say my students are the best. It is because of them we exist. Thank you so much for being such a lovely audience today and participating so positively. Now, before we actually come to an end, there is a photo session that is likely to happen. So first of all, I would request the faculty members and the volunteers to please come up on stage and we will have a photo session. Yeah, okay. And then students, you all can come over. All of you. I don't know how much or which way. If you all agree, we can go down in front of, the Sister Nivedita statue and we can click a photo. Mayuri, are you agreeable to that? Is that a possibility? Yeah? Because we have, sir, we have almost more than 3. Please make way for sir. We have such a huge audience here because if, the camera will not be able to accommodate if I call all the students here. So we might just go down. Mayuri, is it possible to go on the terrace? Half kore nebe? Okay, I understand the excitement, but please be seated, students. Yeah, sit. Okay. My left side. Only this part, come over, you can click a pic. No. Mayuri ma'am said half kore tule nobo amra ekhane. So this side, my left. No selfies right now. Let us take all the group photographs, we'll take selfies later.
From the left, all those of you who want to click, please come forward. No selfies. It will be a group photograph right now. And please hurry up. And those who don't want to come, it's okay. You can come on my right. Please come. Mere daine aa jao, you will not be seen. Students, hurry up. You cannot keep the guest waiting. Okay, Mayuri, please. I'll move. You can be seated also, because with sirs, be careful. No pushing, please. Please, no pushing. Okay, Mayuri, please click. No, we will not wait for anybody else. Thank you. No pushing, please. No pushing, please.